Bree, I liked your proposal of adding the battered women's shelters to the Funky Monkey proposal for having a daycare at each one of the large commercial production facilities in the metropolitan areas, so that if instead of hiding, women having to hide in shelters with their children, it would be easy for them to just transition if they need to get out. Be like, hey, and they give the Funkies a call and ask, where we could hide these little monkeys. And this would have nothing to do with really the organization, but really have to do with these women that you're talking about putting together, because of their desperate situations, because either their men are dead from war, and then they're left as young mothers without support because they're no longer really part of that military network that they really weren't part of anyway. I mean, and then when somebody dies, there's always a bad taste in your mouth. Everyone doesn't want to. I mean, she's the one with the dead husbands, and why doesn't she get remarried? Or people say stupid shit. Being alone with kids is being alone with kids. I know what that's like. I was the oldest, with my father's a pig. Bitch ass get a bitch, but whatever. It was between me and him, I guess. Having children you can't take care of that you're not responsible for them. And, when you're young, you're the one who's not drunk or whatever, and so you take care of shit. And that isn't what this is about. This is about, the fact that what you're doing through the catering that you do, the business, so that the flexibility of your schedule. If you could take your children to work, then you don't have to leave them with anyone, because you don't even want to leave them with your sister. Nobody does. That means you have to be nice to your sister, and nobody wants to have to be nice. If you have to leave your kids with people, that means you have to be doing this and have to be doing that with other people, because they're your kids, and so you can't. If they don't want to take them, then you're kind of stuck. I've seen people running around with kids, legs everywhere. It doesn't make sense, and so I like the idea that the commercial kitchens, for the Funky Monkey production of our rounds, anyways, we'll be punching out the. I'm going to call them rounds. I don't like to. We'll be punching out the rounds, fresh freezing them from the main production facilities, and then they can be cooked off as we discussed. But I'm thinking that this would give us an opportunity to have about 500 locations, probably in North America alone. But for this global proposition, especially overseas, I was talking to a couple of the boys in Bangladesh this morning, and then I was talking to Sarosh and Afifa, Ishtak, Sarosh and Afifa, his sister, but I guess they've spoken to their elders in Karachi, Pakistan, and I was talking to Philip in Poland and in Kolota. I think he's probably in Gdynia now, anyways. But he's in an area of a lot of people. Funky Monkey would work well. Wrocławia Tosha. To samo Wrocławia. It's the same kind of thing. In Wrocław, Poland, it worked well. I haven't put a call into Edward Quell yet in Czech Republic. I talked to you about him. He owns a Regroup, an insurance company out there that I've worked with before. Szczecin, Poland, we covered, through the, we've got Anna Jensen, Sklepko Jensen over there.